Okay. Go through a couple poses. Can't see. Okay. Front relaxed. Still holding fat here. It's like the last place it goes. First place seemed to came off my legs. Upper body holds it a little bit better. Lower back. It's like the last thing, but about 17 weeks out right now. Should be plenty of time to lose this. Get some more striations. Work on posing. Luckily, MPC is favorite side chest because my other side chest sucks. Legs, separation, a little better. Let's check out the back. Calves. Getting a little veinier. Definitely the leanest I've been in a long time. Woke up at 2:01 this morning. 2:01.2. Starting from 236. So down 35 pounds, hopefully 36 by the end of the week in the 200s, and into victim weight. So woke up, first thing, came out of bed, weighed myself, came here straight to cardio. Gonna go home, work at the computer, head to work, get changed, whatever, pack my meals. I'll see you guys back in the car. I'm going to come back and train this afternoon before I train a client. And we'll show a little bit of my hamstring day. Okay. All right. So, just got off work, a little after 2:30. Cracking a cold one, little ghost sour patch. Headed to the gym to do some hamstrings. Just ate meal 3, by far my favorite meal. 230 grams of rice, which is a lot of rice for me, which is great right before a workout. 170 grams of protein, and about 70 grams of avocado. About a half slice of a pretty big avocado. So my favorite meal, if I could time it before my workouts, I always try to. Yeah, we're gonna hit hamstrings, hopefully get a good pump going, and then I gotta train a client. Had some questions from the internet, just not a whole lot of questions, just some stuff, just asking how's prep going, if I'm doing powerlifting to bodybuilding, because most of my followers are probably powerlifters, because I've been in that world for 13 years, but yes, I am making the transition to bodybuilding. That's why I have like a bodybuilding front relax, side relax posted on my story. I've been practicing posing. You're gonna see the posing, or you already saw the posing. Just running through some quick stuff this morning. Today was typical. Got up at 4, trained cardio at about 4:20, walked about 4:50, did about 5 minutes of posing just to get some stuff in. I try to do it before the members show up. Right now we have a group that comes in at 5, and they probably don't want to see me posing in my underwear. But there's one good spot at the gym, in my opinion, that has like the best lighting, and it's right in the middle of the gym. So try to get that all done before they get there. I'm out the door before they even get in, back to the house, on the computer, doing some work, hanging out with the wife, and then off to work. I get to work a little after 6. So now, my time to train. I'm going to start pushing these a little bit harder. I've been kind of, not backing off, but I've still been trying to feel everything out going with bodybuilding training. Trying to make sure I actually feel what I'm training, slowing movements down. A lot of stuff I have programmed for me is tempo work. trying to feel the hamstring engage, right? Feel the muscle you're training at that time engage. That's bodybuilding. That's that mind-muscle connection I try to tell people to try to get as they're training. Sometimes when you're going for heavy squat, you don't really think about how your quads are working, right? You just go down and you try to come back up. Sorry if this is a little shaky today. My car almost died on me on the way home last night. Alternator went out, limped her home, had like barely any lights on. The whole dash went blank, and it's all set up for recording as I drive. And I had to take my, I guess it's my business car. My wife usually drives it. It's a CT5. She usually drives this, but I had to take it from her and leave her the SUV so I could get to work. So I hope it's not too shaky when it comes out. Hopefully it stabilizes some. But yeah, I'm trying, now that I've tried to, I've been training bodybuilding training for 10 weeks, kind of gotten used to the workouts, the style. Now I can start pushing a little bit because coming from those injuries, as I stated before, it's like, it's still always in the back of your head, whether you're squatting, benching, especially with my pec still on or my shoulder rather on the rehab. Like, it still kind of goes through your head, and that's kind of lowering in, like, I'm getting less worried about it as I train. So I feel like now I can really start pushing these hamstring days, really start pushing these quad days. Last quad day I fucking murdered it. So just excited, and then excited to see like the changing, right? So now I'm at 201. I started at 236. I'm at 201.2 this morning. Almost at victim weight, which is a little scary, but whatever. I'm not too sure. Everybody asks me, like, what are you going to compete in? What's the weight? I have no fucking idea. I'm going to weigh whatever. I hope I weigh whatever the best I look at, right? If that's 180, if it's 190, I have no idea. If you saw my posing, you see that I have some fat to lose. Lower belly fat, obliques, lower back. That's all hanging on, and this is the leanest I've probably ever been. I said before, like, I've been in a while, but when I was 18, I didn't have the muscle mass and didn't have any real size, right? So with the size I have now, this is by far the leanest I've ever been in my life, which feels great. It's cool seeing all the separations and things kind of come into the picture, and especially just the before and afters, because I was so fucking sloppy. It's just wild to me what just leaving your face, you lose that fat frickin' face that I had. It was awful. So I'm glad everything's kind of coming down now, and I can actually see, the results. Because for a while there, it's a lot of, you're dieting, you're not strong, and you don't look that good. So once you kind of wade through those waters, like I did for 8 weeks, and then I shaved the fucking sweater that I've been wearing forever, my chest hair, my back hair, it's like, oh, cool. There's some abs underneath, there's some separation in here. Trimmed up my legs. Okay, cool. The legs look better. So those little things keep me going. I was talking to a boss at work today, big meathead, trying to get him to compete in a couple years on the stage. He, we was asking about how the process is going, and I'm like, that's the one thing I love about this sport is the process. It's, people often overlook that when powerlifting. They think like, oh, I just got to get to that day of training, or a day of the meet. I just got to get to that show, and then it's all over. Like, you train that way, dude, you're gonna just flatten out. It's gonna be hard to keep going, right? Because you just have your goal on the days you're counting down. Me, it's like, I know I'm 16 and a half weeks out. Great. I just love the process. Seeing the new cuts, the hunger. I'm not crazy hungry. I'm still at a decent amount of food. I'm at right around 2,500 calories, 24 and a half. So, like, I'm not starving myself, which obviously helps, right? I'm sure within the next couple months, as I keep doing these vlogs, it's going to get worse, and I'll be at 1,900 calories, and I'll be starving. But, you just got to accept that's part of the process, and respect the process, because, like anything in life, it's going to be over before you know it. So, if I hate my life for the next 4 months, it's not fun for me. It's not fun for the kids. It's not fun for the wife. It's not fun for anybody. But so I've always loved the process of bodybuilding, always wanted to get back to it, and I'm glad that I have. For those of you who are local to the Illinois area, I'll be doing the Chicago, I think it's called Chicago Championships, something Chicago Champion something. It's trying to study this camera. It's May 10th, 16 and a half weeks out, And I did find one in Indiana, April 14th, that I'm tossing around doing. I'm going to talk to my coach and send her some more pictures, but that'll put me 12 and a half weeks out. It'll be 4 weeks before the Chicago one. And I was thinking about doing it just to see, I think I'd be ready in 12 weeks. It'd be close. And I'm not going there. I just want to do the experience again. You spend all this time getting in shape, and then you step on stage for, let's call it 10 minutes, and then you're done. It's kind of nice to be able to get on stage again and get another 10 minutes in when you're this lean. And okay, did the fullness work? Did the carb work? Do I need different types of carbs? Was my timing off? Did I come in flat? Did I come in too full? Kind of work out those kinks before I kind of do, I'll call it my home show. So if I'm thinking I'd be ready in 12 weeks, I would think the belly fat would drop and the separations of upper body would come harder. The legs would be more defined. Plus, everybody knows with a tan and stage lighting, you're always going to look better. So, there's always that. So, in my back of my head, I got that, on the back burner. And typically with those shows, they have, deadlines of, the week out. So, even in April, if I think I'm looking good enough, I can just, sign up, schedule a spray tan, and hop on stage. So, we'll see. I'd like to get May 10th to be the last show. It's the day before Mother's Day. Get it done with. I thought about extending it till June, the competition season, and finding another one, but, I think my wife especially is looking forward to this being over around Mother's Day, so I can go out with her and we can enjoy more time, because we did spend a lot of time eating and drinking and all that stuff, and, now there's none of that. I go out to eat, but I can't. We went out to eat this past weekend. I have to bring my food in a little warm-up container that I have, because I can't trust a place to cook me the correct macros and the correct food. So I just bring everything myself, and it doesn't bother me none, but she doesn't want to do date night while I stare at her while she eats, and I drink a Diet Coke if I don't bring my meal. It's just not something she wants to do, and I don't blame her. So it does take a little bit of toll on that, but she understands now that it's just something I got my heart set on doing, and I'm doing it. So, and she's more supportive now than ever. And I think she doesn't hate me with my shirt off, seeing it, because for her she's not a big complimenter, but for her to notice something is huge, because she's seen me do all these powerlifting endeavors for years. I've been doing it for been competing in powerlifting for almost a decade and a half. So she kind of gets that, but this is a new world for all of us. So it helps having someone support your side, pick up the groceries and order everything for you. And then, I do most of my meal prep because I'm a little bit of a control freak. Not that I don't trust her, but I have to see the food being weighed, so I know everything's perfect. And I've said this before in a different talk, but it's no stone unturned, right? Everything I was told to do, I did. I ate exactly this food, exactly these carbs, exactly these macros, exactly these calories. Nothing I did wrong. So when I'm on stage and I get first or I get last, I don't go, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have ate that cheat meal. I wish I wouldn't have had this instead of that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not second guessing. I'm not regretting. Just going forward with the plan. And it's been, I think someone asked me if I'm having a refeed day, right? Some people call it a cheat day. A smarter person would call it a refeed day, or a refeed meal rather, right? Because if let's say I get a refeed meal and I think it's a day and I just eat 10,000 calories because I'm an asshole, probably going to hinder the process, right? But if there's a calculated meal that, okay, have your regular meals, but for dinner, instead of having your turkey and rice, allow yourself X amount of calories, 1,000 calories maybe for a surplus. See how you handle it, see how you feel, and we're coming down maybe too fast. That's not my call. That's why I hire my coaching out. So I don't have to make those calls. I don't have to think. I have to put 5 meals down in my fucking throat every day, and I have to train, and I have to do cardio. That's all I want to think about. So I would think there'll be a refeed in the next couple weeks. My weight's been dropping very steadily. I was stuck at 206 for a while, for 6 days, and then all of a sudden, boom, in the past 2 weeks, I'm down to 201. So with 16, 17 weeks, if it is a pound a week, right, that puts me at 184 on stage, which is what it is. The only thing that bothers me is when you start getting into the weight classes and you're in the middle to the lower body weight of that weight class, now you have guys that if they have similar conditioning and have 15 pounds of muscle, it's a muscle contest, it's bodybuilding, right? It's open bodybuilding. They're going to default to them, which they should. So that what makes me a little nervous is if I'm at the bottom of my weight class, I'm just going to have to come in super condition and be fucking undeniable. And hopefully that's enough to place the best. We'll see. But yeah, refeed, hopefully that comes soon. But I mean, like the other day I opened like the pantry and like there's kids snacks, and I don't post much of my kids, so if you guys follow me on social media, you'll usually never see a picture of my kids. I have 4 daughters, 1 adopted, 3 from just me and my wife. Like, I don't post them. I post the adopted one because she has her own Facebook and Instagram and life, and that's fine. But the littler ones, it's doesn't. They're. I don't think they should be exposed to social media. It's just me. They're 7 and 6, so you never really see them on there. But having where's my house? I'm just still headed to the gym. Yeah, I kind of lost track with that thought about, because I got so excited. I'm almost at the gym, which I will do some filming and talking through some sets as long as the gym's not too full, because people like to talk to me at the gym, which is great, but it's hard to kind of record sets and stuff sometimes. So, yeah, but having, I think, a lot of bodybuilders, like, I think it's a way harder sport than powerlifting, right? Powerlifting's tough, don't get me wrong. Lifting heavy weights is not easy. I'm built for obviously squatting, so it does come a little more natural, but it is hard having 800 pounds on your back. But having, with bodybuilding and then a full-time job, and like, I have we do stuff on the side with real estate, which I can always explain later, stuff about that. We do like stuff on the side with real estate, me and my wife, me and my business partner Jacob have an online training company. Now we have a physical location. Like, it's just a lot. So like, I have to be super fucking meticulous with my schedule. And now we're training kids, right? So it's just like the duties and the schedule gets filled so fast of the things to do. But that's why I tell people, it's like, everybody complains they're too busy to work out. It's like, I just won't hear it. Like, I'll listen for sure. Yeah. Yeah. But when I'm in summers working 80 to 100 hour weeks, still training kids 6 times a week, still running my online company, still looking or trying to buy houses. Like, I just don't buy the too busy bullshit. Never have. Blue collar worker, been doing line work for a decade, right around a decade now. So I just don't believe it. I work outside with my fucking hands every day, especially like now. It was like 6 degrees when I woke up, freezing, hands numb, all day outside working. So I don't. The whole tired and too busy, you got to talk to someone else, because you'll never sell me that story. But we are pulling up to the gym now, get a little warmed up, and then we are going to hit some hamstrings. We'll see you inside. All right. A little warm up, a little pull through, controlled. Again, talked about feeling them in the hamstrings and the glutes. Mind-muscle connection. I like supersetting. Just essence of time, and I feel better constantly moving. I can still push pretty hard in between sets, or between exercises, even though I'm not just doing one. So I'm gonna do this workout a little bit different. Do these to warm up, then might push the RDLs a little bit, see how they feel. Again, a lot of this is kind of like a warm up, but still treat it like you want to feel glutes engage, hamstrings tighten up. The whole time I'm thinking, just when I'm on stage, what are my hamstrings going to look like? All right, I think this is where I'm staying today. Back, it's a little smoked. And the right knee does not feel that great. I don't know why. So, I'm gonna do a couple sets of 6 here. Nothing crazy. Whew. Sometimes a little ammonia makes you forget that your knee hurts. Sometimes a lot makes you forget where you are. Just a little hit. Last set. I feel if I stay on my heels, less knee pain. Oh, fuck. I'll take that. Sometimes being fucking cold all day really makes every muscle and bone fucking cold. So that could be part of where that knee pain is coming from. Let's move on. This, my version, seated leg curl, bands, whole thing. Feel the hamstrings, feel. Flex the quads on the out. Not training quads today, but mainly focusing on hamstrings and glutes. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 more. 1, 2. Whew. Okay, now we'll hit some lying leg curls. These are pretty fun. Go about 90 pounds. See what the hamstrings got left in them. It's one of my last exercises. So, let's see. Yes. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fuck. I can tell. Like I was saying in the car, go a little bit harder now that I'm getting used to these movements. I'm more safe, less injury risk. And I can tell because usually I go to about 100 pounds on those and I can smoke a set of 12, really controlled, but that 90 about killed me. So it means I'm progressing on the other ones, fatigued, which is good. And I'm training those smaller, you know, everybody has a powerlifting focus on the big 3, right? With these accessories, treat them almost as the same. You get way more benefit out of it. Little belt squats. Do these wide to target glutes and hamstrings more and less on the quad itself. So, just really sit back. Again, feel it in the hamstrings and glutes. Constant tension. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh. Couple more sets left. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I died. I'm a dead person. Fuck. Well, a couple more sets, and I'm gonna be done. I'll go train a client. So, anything else you guys want to see out of the training? It's basically what I did for hamstrings today. Leave a comment. Let me know. Thanks for watching.